Are we having fun yet? Good evening, everyone. It's almost 6:30 on. Gosh, what day is this? These days run together when we're all snowed in. That would be Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday, the first day of February, and I would remind everybody that it is 1 month from today. It will be March 1st, meteorological spring. So let's keep that in mind when we're looking outside. Well, outside my house, 29.8 degrees. That's actually the warmest it's been. Well, we touched 30 just a couple hours ago. But relatively speaking, it's the warmest it's been uh, really since Sunday evening, early Monday morning. So we are warming up, and I promise, warmer temperatures are on the way. We just got about maybe a little less than 24 hours to get through this. And so I'm going to walk through the scenario for everybody, and we'll get on to what we can expect. All right, so let's look at our temperature map with a little radar on it. And yes, Angela, let's get this party started. Well, we're going to party, that's for sure. Or we're all going to cry about things. I don't know, whichever one it is. So temperatures around the Metroplex, again, are probably the warmest they've been in a couple of days since, like I said, since probably early Monday morning. Temperature at the big airport, 30 degrees. 30 degrees at Addison, 28 degrees, 29 degrees out at Alliance Airport out in Fort Worth, 29 in Denton. So we definitely warmed up overall. Now, if you've been looking outside for the last couple of hours, it's been rain, although in Fort Worth, the rain has tapered off a little bit. As a matter of fact, we'll switch to the radar here. And so most of the rain is exited Tarrant County, have some rain up in Denton County, rain northern Dallas County, most of Collin County. And as you can see, that little wave is moving off to the northeast, so we'll definitely have a lull in the rain, really freezing rain, since we're below 30 for the next couple of hours. And as you can see from the southwest of Stephenville, circle that right here. Yeah, more wants to form. So we're probably going to have to deal with that off and on through most of the night and early morning. But help is on the way, and that is in the form of slightly warmer temperatures. So normally when you would see this type of rain when the temperature is below freezing, you would think everything is coated with ice. And while the rain this afternoon definitely has added a little layer of ice on some elevated things, not as much as you would think, because thankfully, and as a matter of fact, I was going to go to my graphics later, but let's just go ahead and go to my graphics now. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So we looked at this slide yesterday in Fort. Well, hold on. Let's stop this thing. Okay, let's try. There we go. Hopefully it won't advance automatically. All right, I think we're good. So I talked about this slide yesterday and explaining how we get the different modes of precipitation, the rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow. So I wanted to use this graphic again to tell you about what happened today. So as I told you yesterday, this layer of warm air, if you look at the left of this slide, the warm air is all the way down to the ground. We are definitely in the freezing rain category, but it has gotten to the point to where the rain from really, it's not really even snow falling from the clouds. Now it's really falling as rain all the way down. And so it's dragging that warm air right to the surface, and the rain droplets itself, before, you remember, they were super cooled. They're not really super cooled today. The raindrops are much warmer. So that's why it's actually, at least during the daylight hours, of course we're past sunset now, it has that warmer raindrop, relatively speaking, has on impact has actually melted some of the ice, especially on road surfaces when we still had the sun out, the solar insulation kind of combined with that warmer raindrop and the warm ground temperatures underneath the road. Doesn't count bridges and overpasses, but underneath the road has kind of helped combine and melt some of that ice on the road. Now, unfortunately, since we have now lost solar insulation, then we aren't going to have that effect. And so overnight, roads are really going to get slippery. And so I don't recommend you go out tonight at all if you can help it. And I just wouldn't recommend it at all. Excuse me. So there is relief on the way, but let's go through a couple more slides here. This is our timeline. Again, we're in the red as far as impacts for travel. It's going to be in the red until probably noon tomorrow, and then tomorrow afternoon we're definitely going to see some relief because we're going to see temperatures slowly creep above freezing, really starting first thing tomorrow morning. Now, it's not going to be way above freezing, but it's definitely going to be, probably 35, 37 if we're lucky. And just to remind everybody, we are in ice storm warning. I still think most of the impact of the ice storm warning will be west of Dallas and Collin County, and hopefully really west of Denton and Tarrant County. I haven't seen a ton of big reports of ice accretion out that way, but I know out west, northwest of us, they're getting a little bit worse. And as you can see now up in Grayson County, they're kind of getting the brunt of it. So probably going to see some icing up that way. But ice storm warning until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, so be on your guard. If you don't have to get out, I would highly recommend you don't get out. Let's see. Let me look over at my comments. Brandon, as long as it clears up before tomorrow night, I don't want to drive my fire truck on the ice. Yes, Brandon. First of all, thank you for your service as a firefighter. I was able to visit our Saxby firefighters this afternoon and thank them for the job they're doing. And so y'all did a great job. Y'all are out there and you want to be out there. So I appreciate your fire service. And yes, we hope it clears up before tomorrow night. So that's actually a good point, Brandon, that I would talk about. So I I hesitate to even do this, but I'm going to because I had to give you all the facts, right? So as I was mentioning earlier today to someone else, we've had these waves of weather disturbances rotating around our main low pressure system, which has been hanging out in Arizona and New Mexico and northern Mexico. And it's the core of the low is finally starting to move. And so it's about to enter West Texas, and then it actually will probably open up into it's a closed low circulation. It'll probably open up into more of a wave when it makes its way across North Texas tomorrow afternoon. Now, the reason I have this map up here is that this is a forecast of snowfall accumulation between now and Friday night. Now, don't let that scare you too much. It's because these colors only represent a quarter inch, half inch of snow. The only reason I bring this up is because when this upper level low that will become an open wave, when it moves over North Texas tomorrow afternoon, don't be shocked if you see snow. I don't think it's going to be anything heavy, and you may not see any snow, but it could snow. It could give us one last little burst of winter before it moves off into Arkansas tomorrow night and into Friday. So I just kind of want to give everybody a heads up. Hopefully it's one of those situations where, it's not going to snow, or it's going to snow and it doesn't snow. Normally, if we hadn't had winter weather the last couple of days, I think a lot of us would, hey, that'd be kind of cool. But I think most of us are probably tired of that. So just a little heads up. Don't be shocked if you saw some snowflakes tomorrow night. Barbara, first of all, thank you for joining us. Are you thinking school will happen on Friday? So that's a great question, Barbara. As everybody knows, school's canceled tomorrow. Pretty much everywhere in the Metroplex, certainly areas north, Dallas-Fort Worth and north. To answer your question, yes, Barbara, I think they will be, and here's why I think they're going to be, and maybe it's a hope they will be as well. So, like I said, so here's kind of a timeline. This kind of leads me into this. So, matter of fact, while I'm doing that, I'll put the radar back on there here so we can look at that. So here's my thinking. So kind of a rough timeline. Like I said, we're going to see a lull in precipitation starting within the next 30 minutes for most of us that live in Dallas County, Collin County. And then for a few hours, we'll have a break, and then we'll see this precipitation move back toward us in an hour and a half, depending on where you're at. Not very heavy at this point, so hopefully it'll stay that way. So travel-wise, tonight and the first part of tomorrow morning, don't even think about it if you don't have to. Starting probably noonish, the temperature will rise maybe before that, but certainly at the latest rise to about 32, 33. That combined with solar insolation and our north wind that we've had will stop bringing in cold air from the north. So you can bind, and the ground warmth we still have, you can bind all that, and I think the roads will really start to improve tomorrow afternoon. Now, here's the key question. is that, okay, how much will they clear up between noon tomorrow and tomorrow night? Because tomorrow night, Thursday night, Friday morning, temperatures are going to drop back below freezing. So anything that's residually left over moisture-wise will refreeze. So that's going to be the tricky part. So here's my thought, is that if when this upper level low moves across tomorrow afternoon, when we have the chance of snow, if that behaves itself and doesn't drop a lot of snow unexpectedly, really a lot of precipitation period, then I think we'll be okay. We could probably get the roads clear enough to where we can have normal activities on Friday morning, whether it's school, your place of work. I know a lot of us probably have cabin fever right now. So if you're looking to get out, so that's kind of what I'm hoping that that's the most likely scenario. You're welcome, Kim. I appreciate you watching. Hey, Charles, how are you, sir? So here's the worst case scenario, but I don't think this will happen, but I have to give you the worst case scenario too. So we get more precipitation tonight than we think. And then when the upper level low moves across tomorrow afternoon, it snows way more than we think. If that were to happen, then even though temperatures would be above freezing, it would depend on what moisture is left tomorrow night into Friday morning. That's where we could have problems. So let's hope that doesn't happen. So if I had to guess, I would say that we'll just get light precipitation tonight based on what some of the models are showing. Temperatures will rise above freezing, maybe as early as 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, but certainly by noon. And again, that's the further east you go, you'll see temperatures above freezing quicker, and the freezing line will kind of move to the west, if you will. So, excuse me. So like I said, by noon, I think most everybody will be above freezing, and then we'll start to melt some of this stuff off. So here's the key time period to think about tomorrow as far as what it will be for Friday morning. If we can get a lot of melting, a lot of, I'm not going to say drying, but just a lot of the ice melted to where and get some of the water evaporated, the temperatures can get in the mid 30s. I think we're going to be okay Friday morning. If it's more pessimistic than that, in the sense that the freezing line doesn't move as west toward the west as quick as we want it to. It rains a little bit more tonight. It it actually snows a lot when this upper level low moves over. Friday's not gonna be pretty, but I'm not feeling that scenario. I'm really not. And again, like the weather in Texas, it can change in a heartbeat, and we'll know a lot more about that tomorrow morning. So the bottom line is this: it's. We're going to see some rain showers tonight, and then we're going to see some potential rain showers in the morning, and then possibly some snow tomorrow afternoon. Hopefully not, but we can get some in this weather system. Regardless of whether it snows or not, this weather system is going to be through us. Tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, and Friday. And Friday, we're going to see the sun. The weekend's going to be nice. It's going to be in the 60s, and we're going to be good. So, and I know we're getting some buffering, so I apologize about that. Just I think the internet is being used at my house quite a bit right now, so that that does not help. I will tell you that. Okay, well, that's about it. I know I addressed some of the comments already. Thank you, Angela. You're welcome, Angela. Angela says thank you. And hopefully this will be, I'll see what happens tomorrow morning, whether we need to do another live broadcast. I think that, it's something that will just depend on how things are going. I'll provide an update regardless, but I think that's all the comments I got. Let me check my other social media channels here real quick. I do see you, Andrew, on YouTube. Thank you for that. Appreciate you being there. And don't see anything else, so we're good. And I know I'm on a little bit of a delay, so if you want to leave after I sign off, if you want to leave a comment, I'll try to answer that on Facebook after I sign off. Well, that's really all I got tonight. Again, just watching everything for you, and enjoy your night at home. Stay warm, read a good book, catch up on your Netflix, things like that. And I'll be watching everything. If something crazy happens, I'll be back on. But as always, I'm watching weather so you don't have to. Hope everyone has a great evening. And we will get out of this sooner rather than later. So just keep that in mind. Hopefully you won't be going stir crazy. And then, we'll do an update tomorrow, and then we will go from there. But like I said, hope everyone has a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon.